1075 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
LaNorris Sellers has to treat this offseason like it defines his life. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying break up if he's got a girlfriend, which last I heard he does. But I'm not saying break up with her. But you got to block everything out for the next year and focus entirely on getting yourself better. You got to. Yeah. It might not hurt to read a book from Fernando Mendoza on how to focus solely on football.
I don't think anybody would accept hearing another quip about him wanting to talk about helmets in a team meeting again. You better be locked in as locked in can be. And look, we obviously know what his upside potential is because we saw it at the end of the season 2 years ago. And seemingly the issues around him on offense have been improved with what you've hired, what you brought in from the transfer portal. So now it boils down to, okay, how are you going to be better? Because it seemed like last year at times he was trying to do too much, overthinking it, and making a lot of mistakes that we hadn't quite seen in the same way the year prior. So can he be more calm, more relaxed, feel like he can rely on the guys around him a little bit more where he doesn't have to feel like he has to shoulder as much of the load? We'll obviously see. We're going to find out in 170 some odd days once we actually start playing this upcoming year. But yeah, him being a first-round pick and a potential Heisman Trophy guy, that stuff's still on the table if he plays well enough. He just has to go out there and correct the wrongs that he did a year ago.
The All-Star weekend was one of the match, especially when I was in middle school and I was starting to really play basketball. It was an incredible weekend, a phenomenal. Me and my friends would get together and have a spend the night party. In middle school, we'd be watching everything. You'd watch the 3-point contest. You'd watch the dunk contest. I feel like I should be having this conversation with Terry. I feel like Terry would understand where I'm coming from on this. But the bottom line is it has become so irrelevant and so bad. I would actually say it is the worst All-Star game now, below the Pro Bowl.
I wouldn't go that far.
Well, the Pro Bowl is at least leaned into the fact that this isn't a serious game, and now we're playing flag football. So if you can enjoy it for what it is, then it's fine. But last year, the NBA All-Star Game did the thing where they had the mini games, and there were celebrities that were in between. Mr. Beast was there, Kevin Hart was there, and in 3 hours you had maybe 40 minutes of basketball or something like that. It was clunky and messy, and this year they're doing the Four Nations type thing like hockey did last year. So they keep throwing things at the wall to see what sticks, and they can't. The problem with All-Star games, the Major League Baseball All-Star Game has stayed pretty consistent over the years. They've tweaked a few things here or there. They did the weird thing where they were determining home field advantage for the World Series as well, which I'm glad that's kind of gone. But it's mainly stayed the same, so you know what to expect. I can tune into the NBA All-Star Game every single year having no clue how different it's going to be than the year prior because they can't figure out what they want to do with it.
If South Carolina were to go 0-2 and they're sitting at 2-11 and 11-15 again, that conversation about, all right, what's happening with this basketball team, it grows louder. I don't know if there's going to be a difference in apathy and, I hate to say it this way, but I'm going to use the word, excitement for a coaching change. Can you have both at the same time?
In terms of
or excitement of wanting a coaching change?
Well, in terms of saying they wouldn't be excited no matter who the change is? Is that what you mean by that? Even if there was a change, people still wouldn't be excited about it? Is that what you mean?
I think anytime, it's like with anything new.
Yeah.
It's like with anything new, we get excited, right?
Oh, of course.
Pretty much anything. And so you open up the door, to something new. Yeah. People are going to be excited.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you mean by that. Yeah, it's that hope springs eternal when you kind of turn the page onto something new. So, yeah, I get what you mean by that. But, again, we don't know for sure if moves are going to be made or not. May depend on how you kind of close out the regular season. But, yeah, I think that would be something that would elicit the most excitement going into next season. Again, is that going to happen or not? I don't know. But that kind of seems to be where the fan base is at right now.